Riley needs us. Have I ever steered you wrong before?
Many times.
Will one of the new emotions really help Riley's old emotions to escape? Is it true that we might see Riley with her first boyfriend?
Who the heck is that?
Imaginary boyfriend.
I would die for Riley.
Oh, I've never seen him before.
I live in Canada.
The new Inside Out movie is packed with novelties and amazing things. So we've investigated every detail, frame by frame, of the 3 trailers released so far and discovered some simply incredible things that will happen in Riley's mind in the second movie. To find out everything, just stick with us until the end of this video. New friends! Let's start with the fact that everyone noticed Riley is going to a new school, and with that, she'll have to meet new people. What happened is that Riley stood out for her hockey team and played so well that she was invited to play for the team of a bigger and better structured school. As we can see from inside the school gym, her team has already won hockey tournaments in several years, which suggests that they must have the tradition of having the best players, including Riley. Upon arrival, it seems Riley will make new friends while waiting to try out for the team at the new school. And we're not talking about the cool girl with the red streak in her hair, but rather those 2 girls who were talking to her on the ice rink, who are part of Riley's team. We can even see that the 2 girls are there in front of the gym when Riley arrives, and we believe that's where they'll meet and become Riley's first friends at the new school. Yes, the first ones, because they won't be the only ones, as she'll have other new friends. From what we've seen so far, it's clear Riley will have these first friends, but she wants to be part of another circle of friends. And of course, this will be the result of some good old work by the small, sweet, and not so innocent Envious. When we see the girl with the red streak asking Riley if she wants to sit with her in her group, it kind of seems like Envious's greatest wish is coming true. But what does Envious have to do with friendships? In theory, nothing, unless she feels envious of being where the other girls are and envious of being like them, which is fully supported by anxiety and seems to be a big mistake, as in doing so, Riley ends up abandoning her other 2 friends who must have welcomed her as soon as she arrived. From their reaction, it seems like Riley pulled the biggest backstabbing move on the girls. So she'll end up having other new friends, and what happens after that is what we all want to know as soon as the movie comes out. It's like anxiety left Riley's head and came straight to mine. And if you're someone who values friendships and all it can bring into someone's life, be our friend and subscribe to our channel. Be part of our team too. Boyfriend. Jordan? Another thing that will probably happen is that Riley won't just live off friendships. Proof of this is the moment we see Anxiety on a big screen giving orders to her helpers to start Operation New Riley. And we can notice that on one of the screens, we see Riley along with the girl with the red streak, and next to her are Riley, who we can distinguish because of her blue jacket, and a boy in green clothes. And as much as I'd like to confirm, we can't say if it's Jordan. Remember him? Riley's first date boy? But even if it's not Jordan, it's clear that this guy will definitely be Riley's next romantic interest. And for the more optimistic, in this image, many think they might even be holding hands, which would really confirm that Riley could indeed be having a serious relationship for the first time. And if we look at the same scene, but from the other side, we can see Riley hiding her face and messing with her teeth, which means she might have gotten something stuck in her braces while eating. And it seems the same boy is next to her holding a sandwich. So Riley was embarrassed, thinking she was being embarrassed, which indicates that at that moment, Pink Big Guy was at work. The fact is, it seems we'll really see Riley with at least one new boyfriend, if you catch my drift. After all, life isn't just about hockey, right, Riley? Ennui, the most important emotion. Now, delving into Riley's little head, everyone saw that Anxiety is going to stage a sort of coup and take control of the emotions for herself. She considers joy and the other emotions outdated and believes Riley needs a major overhaul, with her in charge, of course. But we want to talk about the new emotion that apparently didn't get much spotlight in the trailer: ennui. We see the new character a few times, and she's always on her phone, probably checking out some social network made just for the mind's emotions of other human beings. But the fact is, I highly doubt Pixar created this new character just to spend the whole movie lounging on Riley's mental couch. Since we see each of the other new emotions with well-defined roles, Anxiety is the boss, Embarrassed is the muscle, and Envious is the mastermind behind everything, at least in my opinion, and Ennui is just lounging, we believe that because she's so bored, but so bored, at some point she'll, just to pass the time, help the old emotions escape from their prison inside that glass jar with the black lid, where they're being suppressed. At that moment, all emotions will end up falling into the paths of Riley's mind. Well, almost all. That's because it's noticeable that Sadness will get lost from the group. As we saw in the trailer, at some point Riley's old emotions will break free, and they'll basically need to go through the same places Joy and Sadness had to go through when they got lost in Riley's mind. And speaking of that, just to make sure we don't forget, this time we want you to comment below, among the new emotions only, which one you like the most, whether in design or behavior. Put it down here. We want to know. Anxiety, envious, ennui, or embarrassed. I liked embarrassed the most. It suits me better. Getting back to the old emotions, they have only one goal and intention: to return to the control center of the table to help Riley be a balanced person again. Since anxiety and envious, mainly, are making her become a superficial person. And for sure, she'll be heading down a path that won't do her any good. Quite the opposite. In the midst of all this, they, the old emotions, will surely go through some very complicated situations. But amidst all this, we can see that there are only 4 of them, because Sadness isn't with them in several moments. In the scene where we see the group facing the police of Riley's mind, we still see her with the group. But when they're navigating through the river of Riley's mind and almost falling into what seems to be the abyss of sarcasm, we can see she's no longer with them. So, where did she end up? That's a question we'll only know the answer to in the movie, that's for sure. But my intuition tells me that embarrassed has something to do with it, since it was obvious that there was some chemistry between the 2 emotions. At least Sadness definitely got quite excited to see the big pink guy. Reuniting with Bong. Speaking of Pink, that reminds me of one of the main characters from the first movie and the possibility of him returning in this second movie. In the midst of their true odyssey to return to the command center of Riley's mind's emotions, surely many strange and funny things will happen to the emotions. And they'll probably go through the maze of archived memories again, exactly where they found Bong. And as we all know, he simply disappeared into the abyss of forgotten memories, which means not even Riley remembers him anymore, at least for now. A really cool feature of memories is that even those we think are gone forever can sometimes reappear if we find something that reminds us of them. Perhaps in her sad journey in this second movie, at some point Riley will start looking for things from her past and end up finding her drawings of Bong that she made when she was just a little kid. At that moment, it would be very likely that within Riley's mind, Bong would reappear, knowing the other emotions and fully willing to help Joy return to the command center, just like he did in the first movie. Surely Bong's appearance would be something that would surprise fans so much. I'm sure everyone would love it. Moreover, he would be essential in helping the old memories regain control of Riley's mind, since he's practically the same size as Embarrassed. If we think about it, I think Sadness will be the one to really tame Embarrassed with her melancholic way of being. And near the end of the movie, they'll manage to return home, and they'll probably come to some agreement to live together peacefully. Except for Envious, of course, because honestly, I believe there's no saving that one. Those were the 6 things we believe will happen in Inside Out 2, and some of them will be simply incredible plot twists. Can you imagine what it would be like to see Bong again? I would simply find that amazing. I'm counting the days to watch Inside Out 2. And you? As we know you enjoy watching good videos, we've picked out 2 amazing ones for you to watch right now if you want. Just click on the one you think you'll like the most and have fun. Until next time,